check. Check, check. Up and running. Good morning, good morning. End of another week with our final show of the week here. Monday morning here in Tokyo. It's kind of quiet. It's been raining overnight. The sidewalk is still a bit wet. Don't know if it's going to rain now. No idea. It's going to be a busy day for us in the shop here because we are booked. Print parties are sold out pretty much today, so I'll be busy up there the afternoon. We've got Kawai-san and I forget who else is in today. What about Okay, what we're doing this morning, continuing. We've got another one to put down. I'll paste another one of the color blocks for the small version of the Kiku no Kaori, the scent of chrysanthemums print. You know, the print we made a few years ago. I made a few years ago here. What are you talking about? Alignment. Oh, cones. Whatever. Okay. So what's going to happen with alignment? Looks perfect, doesn't it? Little tiny bit too much to the right. It's even got the name the right way around. The lettering on the bottom cone, it says Mokohonka. It's our company name. I should go out there and set it up every morning. Yeah, right. Okay, it might be a bit confusing with a double length block here. What we did the other day I worked while you were watching on Saturday. So I had a smaller block. I prepared one of the color blocks for here. It turned out that wood really was not so good. As soon as I started carving with the stream on Saturday, I thought this is perhaps not such a good piece of wood. And it wasn't, it was too soft. So actually the work I did on Saturday is going to be trashed. I'm going to do it again. I tried to find a harder piece upstairs. We're really having trouble finding good wood. And this is a piece we got a couple of years ago in January of 2017. And at that time I put it aside because I thought it was not so great, but it's actually better than the ones we've got recently. So we're going to do it again. And at the moment it's in double length because sometimes we make our postcard prints in 2-up. We do the same print twice. We won't be doing that this time, so I'll use this corner for now. And we'll cut this in half later. So this piece will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 color blocks. Paper is out, yes. 2 packages for Suga-san. She's working on the October, no. What is she working on? Oh, she's working on Ukiyo Heroes. She's going to do a batch of the Hero Rests. And because it's still quite warm sometimes here, it's chilly this morning, but it's still warm sometimes. So she split it into 2 batches. She's doing 80 sheets, and she's got 40 and 40 in 2 packs, so that when she's doing 1 pack, the other one can stay frozen. It minimizes the time that any given sheet is out in the open. Hero Rest. We're coming into October, and we need more Heroes prints. It's steady seller for us. Over the past few days, we've sold dozens and dozens and dozens of them here in the shop. Jed wants more. So many of our printers, Ishikawa-san's staying on the Japan Journey series, and Eichan's doing smaller prints, but everybody else, all of our other printers, Yamamoto-san, Kanai-san, Kawai-san, they're working on Heroes to try and get the stock built back up before the autumn rush. Today's Monday, so Cameron should be here today as far as I know. He's scheduled to be in after the weekend. His mailbox is full. There are orders, there's inquiries, there's all kinds of stuff going on. He's probably on the train now having a look at his mailbox already, so he knows what's going on. So. And we had a very, very interesting guest yesterday. I'll wait till Cameron gets here because I want to tell him about it too, so it's no point telling all the story too many times. So remind me, if I forget about it, remind me when Cameron gets here to talk about yesterday's guest, a young man who is here in Japan, and he is carving. And he's carving very, very tastefully, and I didn't know about this, and I'm very interested to about this. So we'll talk about that when Cameron gets here. As far as show and tell goes, I have a very small bit of show and tell. Something interesting arrived over the weekend that would be fun for you guys to look at. So we have a tiny bit of show and tell. Other than that, it's mostly going to be, let's just get to work. Also, the draw. Remember, we made a proof print the other day. What day was it? Thursday or something. We did some proof printing and asked people to send their emails into our mailbox here to somebody to give it away to. Cameron took the print with him. We got a bunch of emails, ding, 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 over the next few minutes. And then both he and I totally forgot about it. Absolutely forgot about it. He's got the print in a file up on his desk, and I'm just like getting on with the work, and that's it. It's gone from my head. So the stream comes along on Saturday. I guess some of you know about this. You were here on Saturday. And people are asking, did I win? Did I win? What's going on? This is 2 days later, and I have totally, absolutely forgotten about it. That didn't matter because the emails were in the box. And by then, Cameron's gone home. He can't access the email box that's inside my computer here. So whatever, so Saturday afternoon I did this thing. I got the emails. It turned out there was 27 valid entries to the thing. I copied the 27 emails into a spreadsheet, names and emails. Just I put them in columns in a spreadsheet, just in random order. Not randomized, what I mean, in just whatever order they came up. I copied and pasted, did them in batches. So there was no, at that point, there was no order to the mails. They were not alphabetical or chronological or time-wise anyway. There was just 27 emails in a spreadsheet in 27 different cells. I then went to random.org, and we use these guys all the time. I know the guy who runs it. We've done some talking back and forth about his software and stuff. I've got a link to it here. Hang on a second here, random.org. And they have one page on their website. I'll link to the page right here. It's what they call sequences. And what they will do, it's a free service they offer. They have paid services too, but this is a free service. They will give sequences. And what it means is this, they will give you a list of numbers that have been quote unquote randomized. So I told their software, start with number 1, go to 27, and give me the digits from 1 to 27 in a random order. And seconds later, the thing came back. So I've got my digits, and still, without knowing what this is, I didn't check the names on the other list, whatever. So I go back to the spreadsheet, and I paste those numbers into the cell, the column next to the emails. And then that's it. Whichever email was next to number 1 is the person who won our draw. And it was, I don't know if the person's here today. Hang on a second, let me get back to my own email so I can see what it is. I don't know if this is a Twitch handle or if this is the person's email address. I don't know. Well, okay, the handle name, I guess, is Arcturus A. Bootis. Arcturus A. Bootis. But I don't know if that's a Twitch handle as well. Is that person here today? I don't know. So yeah, I sent him a mail, according to the email that he replied there. And I told him to get in touch with Cameron. So I suppose he's going to write to Cameron. I don't know the specific Twitch handle. The person is obviously not here, otherwise he would be My Twitch handle is in the email I sent and in the reply, Dave. Oh, so this is it you? L-O-G-I, Logi7, is that you? Anyway, as I said, I sent the email and asking him to write to Cameron, so Cameron will take care of that this morning when he gets here. But that's the person. I've got no idea where he is or who he is, or can you give us a hint what part of the world you're in? It's Arcturus, maybe he's an astronomer, because it's an astronomical reference, Arcturus Alpha-Bootis, which I think is the name of a star, I think. It's one of the stars.
I'm here.
Oh my God, you're here. What's happened? 8:10.
8:10.
Is it really the man himself?
Yes.
The world has stopped. My God, what's happening?
I just woke up early and
decided to come to work. Hey, I like this. I like this. Keep talking. Keep talking. The draw. I did the draw on Saturday. I've apologized. Me too. I totally, absolutely forgot about it. We did it, and then life got busy with work, so it's okay.
But it worked out. I saw the email to the guy, and he already wrote back with his address, so we'll get.
Oh yeah, he's going to touch it. Okay, good. Because we were just this is what we were talking about just right now. I gave everybody else the bad news.
Yeah.
From Finland, just like your font maker. Really?
I think it was. Yeah.
Really. So they say, wow, early cam, whatever. Bunch of stuff on your desk here. I mean, these are the orders that came in over the weekend. I pulled them aside. There's stuff. Sort of grab your space. Joe, do you want to switch over here? I'm going to be carving.
Or do you want me to process all these orders that came in over the weekend?
No. Okay. I got to get carving if you're here to talk.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things to talk about too.
Oh, great. I saw Aviola went up to the back.
Yeah, so.
Good. I'm so glad she got to go.
She'll be back this morning, I believe, for work. But
she's seeing more printmakers. That's great.
She posted about it somewhere? Or?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Okay.
And
I haven't moved around the windows here.
They tagged us, so everyone's saying. Took a break from Okohan-Con, couldn't stand it anymore. So
went up there to get some real instruction. We wouldn't teach her.
Yeah.
So she would.
No, that wasn't sentient at all.
Of course, while she's here, we should also send her around to Askason's place.
Oh, yeah.
To find out which day the English classes are on over there. Not to get a class, but but to touch base and meet her and see what's going on. Yeah. Also, she is really carving it.
Yeah, she's cooking.
She's cooking. I know. I was really worried about it. She got this block complicated, full of all stuff, and I'm like, Fabiola.
And it's kind of big too.
You're here for only 4 weeks. If you spend 3 weeks carving, the main use value for you is printing. She says, I'm okay. Don't worry about it. There's an awful lot of detail. Please don't spend. She says, I'm okay. Yeah. So I back away, and she
meant it.
Yeah.
She's quick.
Speaking of, other carvers, a young man visited yesterday.
Oh, he sent an email, I think.
What, this morning now, or whatever?
This morning or yesterday. I was looking through the email while sitting on the train because it's a holiday, so I got to sit down the whole
I had no idea about this. We've got to tell the people what's going on. It turns out that he wrote to us last November.
Okay.
And it turned out he didn't write to me. So
he wrote to me.
What I was telling him yesterday, look, I'm sorry, I really don't remember this, He says, oh yeah, I wrote you asking about being an apprentice. But he says, no, it doesn't matter. I know you don't take apprentices, but...
That's probably my response.
Well, whatever. No, what happens is when people write to us about can they work here, be apprentices, it goes to Cameron's desk. Yeah. And he has a polite response that shows a bunch of our resources and why we can't, hire people. Whatever. It's just a straight thing. So he got this sort of semi-canned response. Yeah. But the thing is, I had never seen this because it turned out, I looked it up now, and it came to information at
Okay, so it went directly only to me.
So that's why I didn't totally didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, this young man comes in yesterday. He's 26 years old. He's been at Asuka Sensei's place now for the better part of a year.
Wow.
He came over to Japan, even after we said no or whatever.
Yeah.
He got on the plane, got over here, got a job as an English teacher, and got some tools and started doing this.
Cool. And that's what
this email encourages people to do. Yes. Now, I don't know how it happened, but anyway, he got over at Asuka-san's place, and he's been there now for months and months and months, and he's basically an apprentice over there. I think what's happening now is not the final choice, whatever, a choice is going to come around. He's doing a project now, I guess. When this project is done, Asuka-san's going to decide whether to take him on as an actual formal apprentice. Because this young man is doing really well.
Cool.
He showed me stuff on it. He brought a block to show me. It's a hook side, full scale old band reproduction.
Nice.
He's traced it all really carefully
Yeah.
first. It's got taste.
Nice work.
This is the real deal. This young man is
Very cool.
into this, and he is the real deal. And I can't say I feel sad that I blew him away a year ago. We didn't blow him away. Whatever we did, you know.
And told him places to go learn, and he went and learned.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I got a link here. I got a link here. And if you click into the chat thing, go up to the copy paste and don't let go.
one,
It's the number 1 to 10. There's an Instagram link there. I think it's
yes.
number 2. No, one up. That's the actual Instagram page. Go ahead.
Okay.
And away you go, fire it off. And this is the young man's Insta page, and look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Maybe that's what I saw, not an email, but I was impressed. It was like, oh, someone came in and visited over the weekend and did carving. This is great work.
Yeah, and I'd never heard of this. Whatever, there it is. He's doing the job and doing it nicely, doing it with taste. He's young, he's not pretentious, and this is such good news for the future, you know, such good news. He seems like, does this sound like a jerk thing to say? He seems like sort of me many years ago, who's just decided,
I want to do this.
Is what I'm going to do, and I am going to get it. And that Dave guy's in the way. That's okay. I'll catch him one day. You know, I'll just blow him out of the way. And I just love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. He's carving with taste. Carving with taste. So this is good news. And I have to be really careful because he is not our student. He's not my apprentice. He's not anything to do with me.
Yeah.
He's actually, you know, over there at Askasan's place learning how to carve the real way. Don't move the block. He's right-handed. Cut the proper way over your hand. It's really hard to do it this way. But when you push through for a few years, you'll be way better for it.
Cool.
So I'm really happy because this guy will need work.
Yeah.
At the moment he's teaching English and he's like, oh my God, I don't want to teach English anymore. But, you know, he will need work.
We have all felt that.
And so I told him that last night, look, this is looking really good and whatever, just keep at it. Don't worry about the future because if you can push this to a level that, you know, we're at, then you've got work. Bingo.
Cool.
Unless Askasan has plans for it to hire him or something like this. So.
And if Asuka-san has work for him too, then he's still got work. So.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm very enthusiastic about this.
Cool. Someone asked, what Gampiu was that one?
This is one of the test companies. This is a random piece of the test company stuff. You gave me that stack, remember, that company sent?
Okay.
And some of them are too thin. And this is can you see what number it is there? No, it's not number. I don't remember. Anyway, I tested it. We've been through this. What happens?
Yeah.
The Gampi, the paper, the company making Gampi paper sent us a bunch of samples of, I don't know, 4, 5, 6
different thicknesses,
And out of that pack, we chose, okay, this looks good. This looks good. We've ordered a ton of it from them. And
but they've got to make it.
It should be arriving sometime soon.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, I've still been testing it. So when I did this yesterday, I don't even know. I just took some of the other sheets and random, and I put them up. And this one's a bit too thin. Anyway, we decided, we took the sample stuff. I don't want to throw it away. So it's good enough to use, but it won't be the one that we are actually
using all the time.
So you saw the peel. It didn't quite come off in one piece. It was a little bit too thin.
Yeah, ripped a little bit.
It's usable, but it's not the one we've chosen for. So there's Gampi is coming. Just hang on. We are going to be up and running.
Yeah.
We've found a good Gampi. We've ordered it. We are going to get it. Once we see what the price is, we'll cut it up and we'll sell it.
Yep.
So I was supposed to talk about two things. The young man, Taran Casey. So it's not a secret name. So Taran Casey. After we left, I went to my email and searched for his name.
Yeah.
It's not there. I thought, okay, that's why you didn't get an answer from me.
Yeah.
I've never heard from you before. So.
Yeah.
So far, 100% talk, 0% work.
Yeah. Is the young man a printer carver or just carving?
Just carver. Just carver. It doesn't matter because we will find printers. It's okay, whatever.
Okay.
Just everything about him, I was so impressed with everything. His manner and the skill, and the fact he's here doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
But I also really have to be careful. I told him when he's leaving, I said, please don't screw this up now. No. We had a real good conversation too. I showed him some old blocks, and he's like, oh my God. So he went out of here like he's on a cloud. He was okay because
Yeah.
I was happy to see him, and I talk about work and blah blah blah. So when he left here, he was happy. But I was afraid he'd go back to Askasan's place today.
Yeah.
I'd say, oh my God, I went to Dave's place yesterday. Oh, so cool, blah 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 blah. Askasan will sit there. Because he is a student of Askasan, not a student of me, and you can't. In the traditional way, he would never have been allowed to come in this room here. Period. Not that there's hostility between me and Askasan, but because it's over there that he's learning how to do it.
Yeah.
And I should have nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. So I warned him yesterday, please don't go running back there and say, oh my God, it was so cool over there talking to Dave. You might mention you've been here, that's okay, but that's all.
Yeah.
Don't be too enthusiastic, don't jump up and down, get to work, sit quietly and get to work. Because the guy has his own way of doing things, he's got his own pride.
Yep.
Don't screw it up over there. Oh, I forgot to zoom in. Yeah. Sorry about that, Ken.
Now that we're back.
So I just a bit chaotic here today. Sorry. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Sorry. I'll keep my hotspot right in the middle there. Okay.
Okay.
On the knife. Good. Okay. So did they remind you, the idiot Dave? Zoom in.
So type zoom. Accordion got me.
Sorry about that. So you're on the draw thing. That's done and signed and sealed. Good, thank you.
Yep. Stories like that almost make me want to change trades. I've been planning to do the same just with my own trade, but it's such a big jump.
What are we talking about?
Someone Kaziez, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So, what trade are you in? Let's find out.
I'm not sure what you mean. You come to Japan and learn something, you mean? I don't know what you mean.
Just drop the English teaching and just focus entirely on that, or I don't know, drop the side job.
He's still teaching English, so he's not making one penny from woodblock carving. He's paying it. He's paying Asuka Sensei fees as a student. Mm-hmm. And this is the deal, that at some point now there's going to be a decision. Asuka-san is going to say, okay, that's it. You don't need to pay me anymore. You're an apprentice here. So I guess that decision is coming something soon.
Yeah.
But the boy did it. The boy made it. He quit his life over there, saved up enough to come over here and support himself for a while. He's teaching English.
He says, I'm a watchmaker. I create and repair watches and parts for watches.
Oh. Well, what's the goal then? I mean, you were doing your dream, or
not sure. How's this wood? Hard enough? Someone said it was just thinking it must feel so different after working on boxwood.
Well, it's okay. We've got a real problem. When I started carving these color blocks Saturday, I went upstairs to the wood that Aoyama-san had set aside for this.
Yeah.
Just grabbed it while testing, just came down, brought it, pasted it on, carved on Saturday.
Too soft.
And it was just sponge. As I was carving it on Saturday, I knew, look, I'm going to have to throw this away, but I was already into it, didn't have extra wood, so I just went ahead and carved it and threw it away. This one is marginal. This is one of those blocks. 2017.
Yeah, it says on the side here.
SO. I don't know where SO is. Williamson has the codes. I don't know the codes. This is normal soft, but that other one was just unbearable, unusable. So. As soon as the knife went into it, I knew, but I had no choice. I was there live, so. They were talking about the cones this morning, all lined up outside.
Oh, yeah. There's some across the street, too, that's not always right. No, it is.
But it was lined up exactly with the camera when first put the stream on this morning.
Yeah, so it looks like just a tall cone.
Yeah, it looked like a single tall cone. I dropped a bunch of reminder emails into your... So I can't even remember what they are. So.
Are there going to be flowers on this kimono block? We see some pen marks there.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what someone's asking.
On this kimono block? What do you mean? On this? Oh, here, no, this is the cutaway.
Okay. Got it.
what's our plan for this Tuesday, closing day? Do we have another meeting with another one of the tax people or something?
I don't think so. I think we're still awaiting a response from Koda-san. I saw Aoyama-san sent the list of questions, but
Actually,
otherwise...
he had a list ready. He was going to send it. His finger over the button, has to read it. And, oh my God.
Missing things?
No, we had to stop it. What he'd done was he listed, I don't know, 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
Dense amount of text. Page after page after page. And at the bottom, he put a little note. I know you're kind of busy, but maybe you can't do all this and not by email. At the bottom.
At the bottom, no.
There's no way Koda-san would open that, see that stuff, and just say,
Cry. Yeah.
Frickin' break. So I asked him to restructure it, cut out half the questions,
Yeah.
put the note at the top saying, okay, here's where we are. We've decided to do this, but before we can go ahead, we need a couple of things have to be clarified. This kind of question. And again, we know you're busy. Take a quick look at this, and you tell me what's the best way to move forward. Should we come and visit you, or blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
So at least it doesn't just sound like we're throwing this crap at the guy and saying, over to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm a bit, when I used to work on letters and stuff with the people who used to do my Japanese translation years ago, my ex-wife and then Akemi-san and stuff like this, I was always stunned at how they seemed to be totally careless about the feelings of the people we were writing to.
Huh.
And Aoyama-san did the same. He just it was just here, dump this stuff on.
Yeah. Even though in spoken Japanese it seems there's such care taken to the listener.
So I was a bit surprised to see that yesterday. If I had received such an email, and we do, I would just click delete.
Yeah.
So the copy you got, I guess, did he CC you on it? He CC'd me on it.
Yeah.
So the copy you got is the fixed, hopefully.
Yeah.
No, the reason I asked is, am I going to Ome on Tuesday, or am I staying here to do work or something? I don't know what.
I think you're free to go.
No, but again, this stuff, I still haven't got through all the updating on the new website.
Yeah. Is that easier here or in Ome?
It doesn't matter. It's just going through the files over there one by one, updating them for the new paths on the server and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when it's work that needs to be done, so I'm saying I can't get a look at my project.
Okay.
But then the video too, I still haven't opened your video thing.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
Oh, no.
You left iMovie running and open, ready for me to do those things. And iMovie was the what's called the dominant program. What do you call it? The program is active.
Resource hog.
No, I mean, it was there. It was
okay, yeah.
Then you left the mouse somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
And left it for me.
Yep.
Perfect. The machine goes to sleep.
Oh, no.
So I come back to it. I forget. I had to print some P-Touch labels. Something over the weekend. Mm-hmm. So you joggle the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. I touched the keyboard, the space key, so it doesn't click anything important or whatever. I learned that. And then it came back up. But as you know, that mouse goes to sleep. So the mouse doesn't ever show.
Right.
And the only way to get it back up is to click.
Click, yep.
So I clicked it, and iMovie, the wheel starts turning, and it says, now saving your new preferences for blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no.
Because the mouse had been randomly over something.
On something.
Oh, and I don't know where it was, because the screen was black, and I clicked, and the cursor doesn't show.
Oh, no.
So that's all I know.
All right, so something saved somewhere.
That's all I know.
Okay. See if undo helps.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, check the undo menu to see what it says. And I've learned that now with my own computer.
Yeah.
What I do is I always just run the mouse to the top left corner, so that when the machine comes back up awake, I know where it is.
That one doesn't
I know what I'm
do
doing.
that. Yeah.
No, it'll put wherever you left it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or make sure it's over something not dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's really bad behavior on the part of that computer.
Yeah.
Or the
mouse
the
or something.
Bluetooth mouse or whatever it is. Yeah. The only way to get the mouse up is to click it, and you have no idea what you're clicking, where it is.
Oh, well.
So you have been warned.
Okay.
How do you solve the same problem? Because it must be the same thing happens to you every day.
I just hope it's not on anything.
Great.
Yeah, right click might work. So Kodingami suggests
Hmm?
a right click might work on the mouse because then it won't select anything. It'll only bring up the context
Not
menu.
an active click, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've really got to get going in this thing. You know, I've been thinking I'm early, but we're not all that early with this. You know.
A week away from October.
Yeah. So the story that bugged me about this place, that they really get the story so that on the boards. Actually, you can do the boards.
Yeah.
So so Yasui-san gets started on the boards. You don't need the story for that.
Right. What are we calling the board?
It's in the catalog.
Okay.
It's already in the catalog. There's a number. Everything's ready for it.
Excellent. So the title in the catalog is right.
I think check with me because I just it might have been a dummy, or I might have thought about it carefully. I don't remember. But
Okay.
we had to get a different title from the larger one.
Yeah.
I don't remember now what I did.
Loria Designs. I think it's an L, but in this font it could be a capital I. I can't tell. But Loria Designs says earlier asked someone to share a link about repairing blocks, so they did that and said thanks. I'm working with Sheena plywood and having a dickens of a time with chipping off sections. So, different woods behave differently.
But also, fixing Sheena is a little bit different than fixing cherry, because we've got a solid wood. We dig a hole into it; it's into a solid thing. But Sheena, as soon as you go down a tiny bit, you're on a different layer, a different direction. You know?
Yeah.
So I have actually no experience about doing that at all. Yeah. I also noticed on the young man's website, what's the name of Talon Casey, the young guy, on his Insta page there, he's showing a repair
Oh, okay.
on one of the blocks he's done. So
With cherry as well?
yeah.
Where's Asaka-san getting his cherry?
From Matsumoto-san, as far as I
okay.
know. And complaining bitterly every stage of the way. Exactly the same thing. And the piece that Talon showed me yesterday, it was okay, but nothing to write home about. But,
Sounds like Vivid KP has had some experience with the same kind of wood, so she's sharing ideas.
what, fixing cherry? Fixing plywood.
Plywood and how to prevent the breakages in the first place for the cracks.
Could begin some work down here. So
Yeah.
The last few streams I've been just all over them now, talking and fooling around and stuff.
Everyone's gone quiet. They're just watching you work, it looks like. Are the laptop fans running? We hear a loud whistle at times. They are indeed.
Yeah, but it's also that.
Yeah, something
That's
outside.
that huge, stupid air conditioner outside. Which
Is that what that is?
I don't know. It's something. I got to go to City Hall because I'm no way. Yeah, it's too much all night long.
Yeah.
And it's so loud you can hear it right down over at Sensoji.
Wow.
Is that the name as well? There's a little
Yeah.
fan here, and then there's that what's that pitch? Can you sing it?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's that one. It comes up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah. But it is a warmer day, I think. Warmer than it has been the last few days, so could be making the CPU work harder. It's consistently over 50%.
Down.
The air conditioner just stopped,
Or
so
whatever it is.
whatever that horrible sound is.
Also, we had a fun visit. Yoshimi-san came over.
From
Postcards.
Tokyo Kitchen.
Yeah, there's a bunch of postcards right there. You can.
Nice. And she posted about us as well.
Yes, I answered a few minutes later. So. But it was an interesting conversation. Really, really interesting conversation.
About what?
She started her business at just the same time that we did. I think she started 1 or 2 months earlier than us. She started that same summer of 2014, late summer of 2014. We got our building in the late summer of 2014, opened on Halloween Day. So anyway, she's got the same experience as us.
Yeah.
One big difference right off the bat, she was doing Facebook and all that stuff to try and promote her business, as were we doing.
Yeah.
Well, we got lucky with one thing. I don't like to talk about being lucky, but we did get lucky with one thing. Lonely Planet decided to feature us that first year.
Yeah.
It was against their rules. They said they don't normally feature brand new businesses because they usually collapse after a few months,
Yeah.
But they did. So we get a good, strong head start because of Lonely Planet helping us.
Yeah.
They didn't do her, and as she chatting with her yesterday about it, have you talked to them? He says, well, they have too many cooking classes already. Like the Buddha Bellies is their regular recommendation, and 2 or 3 more.
Buddha Bellies.
And there are a bunch of cooking classes in Tokyo. They're not as sort of unique as we are. So she's got more competition.
Yep.
Shogunai, that's the business she's in.
Yeah.
They were talking yesterday about this, how you doing? And she's
Not too well.
not too well. But this is Japan, remember? So how you doing? And really, there's 2 Rolls Royces parked out back, whatever. No,
Yeah.
she's not in that situation. It seems she's doing it's still pretty tight.
Yeah.
And there's a huge, huge handicap for her business. She lives in Odawara, which is 1,000,000 miles away. How many miles away? I mean, train
far.
2 hours or something by the train. So
Did you say she used to ride the Shinkansen or
yeah,
something?
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So she watches her bookings, and if there's a booking for any given day, she has to come in, even if it's only 1 booking.
Yeah.
Puts her kids to school, husband's off to work on the Shinkansen here, does the class 10 to 12, gives it lunch, 1 o'clock she's got to get back because the kid's got to come out of daycare center by
Wow.
2:30 or something.
Yeah.
So it's a tough, tough life. Well, she knew what she was getting into.
Yeah.
And I guess there's not enough days when there's full bookings. I know at heavy season like we have, at top season, we're sold out, and maybe she
Yeah.
is too. But in the off season, you're not. But as long as there's one, she's got to come in on all those trains and all that distance and everything
Yeah.
to do the thing. That's her business model. So maybe she should have rethought it or whatever. Anyway, long story short, she said it's still tough after 5 years. It's still tough, and she can see what's happening here. We started with a little room upstairs. Now we got the whole building. She says, how many people working here? I said, actually, it's over 30 now.
Yeah.
And she looks at us and thinks, oh my God, look what's happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we can do to help her other than do what we're doing now. She is really, really a nice lady. She's a happy, cheerful lady doing her job well. Everybody we see here who comes out of her classes says the same thing. Oh my God, I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like if you read the Shinkansen, it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But with Shinkansen prices, Michelle, of course.
Over 4,000 yen each way.
Each way.
Because of that Shinkansen.
Yeah. So anyway, we're chatting about this and this side. She wasn't sitting here downcast. Just we were talking about our different businesses and what to do and how to handle it. And she's asking us like, it was really, I couldn't have programmed this any better.
Yeah.
At some point, she's here about, 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something, because she's finished her thing at 12, cleaned up her stuff, back out. She wants to come here 1:30 or so. There's a print party going on.
Yeah.
A couple of people are in the shop. I'm actually manning the counter at the moment because the kids were doing the print party. So she comes in, gets some coffee, sit down, talk, blah, 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 blah. And she's asking me, so what do you do? How do you, where do your customers come from? And I give her the standard story. They come from YouTube,
Yeah.
And as I'm saying this, one of the guys who's browsing turns around and says, yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
He'd heard our conversation, and we're speaking in English here, So,
Yeah.
And she says, what do you mean? He says, I've been watching Dave's YouTube videos, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So then I introduced the two of them,
Yeah.
and they chat for a minute about the YouTube. And she had said, I can't do YouTube. I'm a cooking class. If I show the cooking on YouTube, they don't need to come to my class.
No.
And I go like, that's not how it works. And the guy goes, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And she's,
what do you mean?
what do you mean? So he chats with her and I chat with her, whatever.
Yeah.
We're doing this. A couple more people come in the door. 3 more people. I don't even remember. It happened all day long. A couple of guys come in and their face... and they're like, oh my God, I'm here. So I know what's happening already. So they get close, ask him, how'd you guys know about this place? And they said, YouTube. And Yoshimi-san says,
what?
okay. And this happened, like she was here for 3 hours, and this happened with every single person. I couldn't have written a better script. The class comes out of the print party.
Yeah.
Now, I've never even met these people because I was upstairs still doing sizing yesterday. And you see where the story's going. We chat with them. Where'd you get here? YouTube. So she just had this barrage of stuff on her yesterday.
Yeah.
And she had really thought, if they see it on YouTube, they don't need to come to my class. And that's just so much not true.
Yeah. Maybe if someone's looking on YouTube for Japanese recipes that they just want to make tonight or something, that would be the case.
Enough,
but they wouldn't be the one coming to the class anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
But people looking for
information.
experiences in Japan, absolutely.
Yeah,
oh, this looks really fun, or that looks really good.
That's right,
I want to go make it. Yeah.
They can come to a recipe, click, okay, you're gone, never come back. Fine, they do that with our website too. Lots of people click, look at your and they're gone, whatever. So,
yeah.
But if, and this is a big if, I don't know, after she left here, I looked up, Japanese cooking on YouTube, blah, blah, and there's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. So I clicked through some of the more popular ones that are ranked.
Yeah.
And they were not very interesting. There's one called Japanese Cooking with Dog. And the point being is there's a stuffed dog there and it's a French accent. And it's just, I was out of there in 30 seconds. It was so funky and boring. So I go through these things.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that are sort of okay, but not so interesting. And all of them miss the point completely. They all think it's all about the recipe.
Yeah.
It ain't about the recipe.
Yeah.
It ain't about the recipe. So whatever, she and I chatted for a while about it. And again, I can't tell her how to run her own business, but when she left here, her head was buzzing, mostly from what our customers had told her,
Courtney Young says, don't badmouth cooking with dog. That's adorable and totally Japanese. Apparently, Courtney got me likes it.
All right, okay. I'll keep quiet. I didn't think it was very interesting or something I would go back to.
Yeah.
It's a shtick.
Yeah.
There's a shtick. And once you've seen it, that's it. A few minutes later, it's not interesting anymore. Yoshimi-san is an interesting person. This is what she doesn't get, what she doesn't see, because she doesn't see herself as others see her.
Yeah.
She's an interesting lady. The way she talks, the way she moves her hands, her animated face. It's the same deal, It's the same 3-step process. Get good at something, be enthusiastic about something, and she's doing this. She's really good at this, obviously. She's enthusiastic, her eyes light up when she talks about this, but she's missing the third one. Communicate the enthusiasm to other people. So Dave gave her the spiel yesterday and whatever, and she walked out. But she also said something really, really interesting, which is what I got to bring up with you later on.
Okay.
And we were looking at the building here and stuff, and the last time she was here, we were only on the second floor, third floor, now we're on the third. And she said, "You moved downstairs." She said, "Who's upstairs?" And I said, "Well, actually, it's us. We got the whole building." And she says, "Do you have room for me?" And I'm like, "No, but what do you mean? What do you mean?" And she says, "I would just, if there was room upstairs, I could have my thing here, and then we would really be partners." And at that point, I go, click. Because remember, our future plan, and this is total future, top secret, 10, 15, 20, 100 years for the future, we would like to have a Mocha Hong Kong cafe. We've talked about it in our future plan. So. And here we are, have a lady who's supremely good at this and likes
interesting and fun.
I guess so.
Interesting.
The other thing that I asked her, what about a license? Like how did you get a license for a cafe, for cooking? She says, "I don't have a license." I say, wait, you mean you've done it like us? You're under the radar? She says, "No, I don't need one." She says, "Customers are not paying me, and me make food and I serve it. They make it themselves." And so you don't need a restaurant license or a food serving license. She never gets inspected. It doesn't matter. Her place is spick and span clean. It's perfect, whatever it is. She doesn't need a restaurant license.
Because she's not serving the food. She's offering ingredients and they're serving it to themselves.
This was the real deal. She checked into this before she did it.
Very interesting.
So the license requirements are very light.
Mocha Hong Kong Cafe. Make your own ramen.
I mean, just to put this in perspective, we don't have a plan for opening a cafe here in the near future. Just in our, the prospectus that I painted for the future, the goal from Mocha. Part of that did involve, there's a shop there, there's a workshop, there's a museum to show prints, and part of it was mainly as part of the museum activity. A place to relax and blah 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 blah, and for Dave to get food that he can't buy elsewhere in Tokyo. So it's not an act of coming soon to a printmaking shop near you, of course not. I have finished the knife work here, which means the next step is going to be a tad noisy. What's our time frame here?
8:45 or 8:48.
Okay, so what I should do? Okay, no. Instead of hammering, what I will do on the side place near here, I will simply paste the next one down. I'd rather do quiet work than hammering work.
You can smoke meat with cherry wood chips here.
As I mentioned before, this longer piece of wood is going to be chopped in half. These will be independent blocks because our printers are going to need to be working at the same time. If it was just one printer working, you can do your color print here and then move your block over, print another one here. But we're going to have multiple people working in this at the same time. So that means the block set gets shared around the room, passed around the room. So we're going to prepare it like this right now, but that's going to be chopped so that Suga-san can work at the same time as Ishikawa-san works and stuff like that. So. But for now, that's what the piece is, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the next one down here. And she was really, seriously, really interested in that. And I didn't even mention the word cafe to her yet, because I don't want to just start getting her hopes up about this. So then after she's left, the next time I'm thinking about this, this building at the moment, we filled it. It's only 3 stories. The building is getting old. It has to be replaced in the not too distant future. The next earthquake of any consequence here in Tokyo is going to knock it out of commission. We don't own the land. We don't own the building. The little old lady, little elderly lady who does own the building is not interested in redeveloping. Of course, she's way too Probably for that. She's happy with the rent that we pay her.
Yeah.
As far as we know, she's not interested in selling, but if it does go to her estate, at that point, the real estate companies will gather like vultures, and
Yeah.
we'll be out on the street. So we would really like, if possible, to buy this from her, but of course, in our current state of finances, it's impossible.
Yeah.
But after Yoshimi-san left yesterday, a new idea came up to me that I'd never thought before.
Okay.
We've been thinking, try and buy the building from Suzuki-san.
Right.
She's already said no, but we'll try again and push and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of asking her to sell it, ask her to go in together with us and redevelop it. In other words, build a new building while she is still the owner.
Huh.
We would set up a new company to own the new structure. She still owns the leasehold on the land.
Mm-hmm.
And she and we would own the company,
That owns the building.
the building. And we would have to change our lease with her to be an open-ended, that she couldn't be sold to anybody else, that we were the only person, because we were spending the $1 million to make it a building.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, we don't have to buy the building from her.
Yeah.
We don't have to buy the land from her, the $1 million that would cost.
Right.
It stays as her property.
Yeah.
And we make our investment in the new structure that's here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a part owner of that.
Yeah.
And we make the physical investment.
Yeah.
For her, it's win, win, win. And for her, we can get our brand new building here and security for the future without having to go through the deal about convincing her to sell it.
Yeah.
It's much more possible to do this. I mean, we'd still need $1 million, I'm saying $1 million as a shorthand for a lot of money. You know, it's $1 million or $500,000 or $2 million, I don't even know. But if we had this strong in concrete lease and all that kind of stuff in place, I think we could go and find some financing. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine our new building on this place that's 6 stories tall? Yoshimi-san, come on over. You can have the 3rd floor for your cafe, and let's do this, you know.
That'd be really cool. Someone's asking, is she leasing the land from someone else, or does she own it? What's the deal?
Yeah, as you know, sir, the land is owned by Sensoji Temple, and it's not for sale under periods.
Yeah. But she owns the lease to the land,
she owns
and has for a long, long time.
We're using the word lease. There's no actual physical paperwork. She is the person whose name is in their booklet that shows who's allowed to use this thing. You know?
Yeah.
She bought it, I think, 11 or 12 years ago from the lady who's across the street. So Sensoji owns the physical land all the way between Kokusai Dori and the river.
Yeah.
And other people own the rights to use the land, you know, leased or whatever from Sensoji. And there's some interesting stories. The hotel that was built, the Richmond Hotel, it's on Sensoji land. While it was under construction in our first year here, Sensoji was running a public campaign. Stop these people from doing this. They're going too high. The people on the top floor of the hotel can look down into our private garden. And they were trying to gather petition signatures to stop the hotel construction. This is Sensoji who owned the land.
Yeah.
So I don't know what these leases look like, or who's got the power to do what, or who doesn't have the power to do what.
Interesting.
But Sensoji couldn't stop it. It went up there to its 11 stories, and now the guests can look down and watch the priests in their garden.
Yeah. David KP says, you would need an architect, eh? Yes, we would.
Yeah, we would need architects, designers. So anyway, so long story short, one of the things on my list of you and I and whatever talk about this week is the information that I have no idea how to get is, what does it roughly cost in Japan
to build a building?
To build a building like the kind we're talking about, to tear down the old one, to design it, architect it, to send it out to a Gen-Con and have it built. What are we looking at? And I have no idea how to find that. We can't phone up Shimizu Construction and say, guys, come over this afternoon and give us a quote. Or can we actually do that?
Yeah. Huh. Don't know.
And of course, there's City Hall, there's permissions, there's light, reflection values for the police across the street. There are a million rules in place.
Yeah.
and it's pointless for us to even think about trying to look for that up by ourselves.
Yeah.
There must be some sort of consulting company, whatever, that we can spend $5,000 on, whatever, who will give us a consultation on such a project.
Yeah.
Along with what legal requirements there are, what barriers we would have to cross, what licenses we need, what, blah, blah, and a rough current day estimate
Yeah.
on time and copy.
Yeah.
So that's like you have nothing else to do today. I know that. Well, let's put that on our list to try and find such a consultant
Yeah.
and what the fee would be to come back with a 20-page report on
That. Yeah.
this project. And then if it looks doable, we then take that report to Suzuki-san and we
Say, hey, this
Start
is an
talking.
idea. What happens to Mokuhankan when the building is knocked down and you're waiting for the new one to go up?
It is not a problem. I was thinking about it as a huge barrier. Remember, Mokuhankan's been here for 5 years, and it's only the 5th year of that that we had a store which people could see and walk into. Before that, we were upstairs, and the only people who came into the building were the people who know about us from YouTube and Insta and Facebook and whatever. So this is still the same thing. During the year we are not here, we're somewhere else in a back alley down the street, and it doesn't matter because everybody knows who we are and where we are. We would lose X% of walk-by traffic. The people who never heard about us, we would not have that for a year. We know we can survive. We have subscriptions, we have online sales, we have our fans who know where we are. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
In fact, if I was a real bean counter, just thinking only of the financial parts of Mokuhankan, we wouldn't do this project. We wouldn't pay the high. We would just move to a back street anyway.
Yeah.
We'd run a back street operation. Because really, seriously, we could be anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as we're within reach of a good subway station and in a fairly popular area, we don't need to be on the front street.
Yeah. They're saying, I thought you were going to say, we're going back to Ome. But
I would be too far away because
Yeah.
lots of the fans couldn't trek out there in 2 hours, of course.
Yeah.
We would need to be around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just get onto a back street, up on the 5th floor of an apartment building. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
People will come. So that could be a really deal killer for some other company. They lose their shop for a year.
Yeah.
Isn't a deal killer for us in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's a benefit. We wouldn't have to pay rent for a year, something,
Yeah.
whatever. This Gumpy is too thin. I can handle this, but I would not want to sell this to people. This is really dangerous stuff. I know how hard to rub, but somebody's trying to pull this off. They're going to rub a little bit too hard, and whoops.
There goes the image.
Yes. So just because of Yoshimi's visit yesterday, these ideas are now bubbling. Something that we thought, my God, I can't get to this for years and years and years, buying this building and blah, blah, blah. But suddenly there's a plan B here, or a plan C, or whatever number we're up to. How much could we raise? Suppose we had a good, solid, rock-solid plan. We had a good lease that was going to be lasting till long after I died.
Yeah.
The building you're building is going to last for 100 years.
No idea.
I mean, there's lots of ways to fund. Do we actually, make a company sell shares and then, whatever? I don't know. No idea. Dave goes to Patrick.
Yeah.
I'd like $2 million and I need it by next Friday.
Yeah. So please help us out.
I don't have any idea, whatever.
Yeah. The deal killer would be if YouTube and Twitch went down for a year, not the shop. That's
Yeah.
They want to zoom back in.
Ah, sorry, Ken.
Since you
Okay.
started.
I've been ignoring that since you sat there to take over. I just been ignoring it. So I'm sorry. I zoomed out, but didn't.
I pledged $27. Thanks, John Becker. Sorry, our first pledge already in. Can we get that in
He
writing?
wants a free print party in there.
Yeah.
That reminds me, the share certificates, did you ever post about that or not? I know I did a bit of posting myself,
Yeah.
but you didn't actually do anything about that on Insta or whatever? Or what did I do? I did it on...
You did Facebook and the blog.
No, I did Patreon.
Ah,
The
okay.
place where it needs to be.
Right.
It needed to be there. So
Okay, I'll get into the other two
did I
today.
do Facebook?
Let's find out.
I don't know. I thought I did our own blog and Patreon, but my memory may
Looks
be...
like that's the case. Okay, I will get it everywhere and let's see it.
And what I didn't do and should have done was posted a good close-up of one of them so people could read the text. I screwed up on that part of it.
Allergies.
You have a short little show and tell.
Oh, it's 9:01, so I don't know.
Too soon. It's too short. It's going to be hot today. I thought it was getting cooler. It's not. It's going to be a stinker today.
Yeah, I think so. Oditake. In my opinion, you need to fix online presence first. I frequently see people, even in eBay auctions, paying way higher prices than your price for new Doi or Hasui prints. If only they knew. And glasses and fried puffs. Well, that's just how eBay works. People pay what they think they should pay.
The other thing about that is I'm well aware that our website is weak. I get it. One of the reasons that it's not a high priority for us to fix it, and we've chatted about this before, is that we are struggling at the moment to make enough prints to sell.
Yeah.
And this is a true thing. It's a bit different from many other businesses that are out there. Mm-hmm. For the past few years, we have barely been able to keep up with our production level and our sales level. They've been sort of roughly equal. And now we are falling behind. We are selling way more than we are making. And we're trying to fix it, but fixing it means, training new people who don't come on board for years and years.
Yeah.
So advice that says, hey, fix your website, you can sell a ton more prints.
We'll be out of stock next
I get
week.
it, and it's true, and everything is right. Everything that you say is right. We should have a better website. We should make it easier for people to buy prints. But honestly speaking, it just is more problem than I need. So in a way, and this really sounds counterintuitive, our website at the moment is a filter that helps keep our business at manageable levels. And it really sounds bizarre. A company which, and we're talking about, we need money to make a new building and stuff like this. We need this. This. But our production at the moment is almost capped. We're improving it. It is. It's growing year by year.
Yeah.
But it has a very strong cap on it. And when Cameron and I sit down to decide how we're going to spend our time on any given day, increasing sales is never, ever one of the things that we try and do. It's how do we increase and stabilize and smooth our production of these prints.
Yeah.
So, I know it's a problem that many companies would die to have.
Yeah.
Their problem is they make the stuff and it sits there and, oh my God, how are they going to sell it? Ours is not that problem. So.
Katie Bell says, raise prices so you can make the same amount of money for fewer prints.
Well, this is the bean counter's answer to this. Of course, exactly. Supply and demand. If demand is high and supply is low, raise the prices. Yeah. And we have to some extent. We put a few prices up because they were actually not. We weren't covering our production costs on a few things. So. But no, we're not interested in becoming exclusive or in limiting our production. Our goal is to increase our own efficiency so that we can keep doing what we're doing. providing interesting employment for a bunch of young people, providing a good service to the world, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Raising prices would not help any of those things.
For Christmas, I'm going to buy Dave 10 skilled printers. That will fix everything. Thanks, John Becker.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
10 printers printing.
Yeah.
Say, Cameron, what do you think next Christmas? Did we come up with some kind of idea for next Christmas?
See if we can do something.
See if we can do something? What do you think?
Yeah.
Waste some time on it?
Yeah.
If you have any ideas, let me know.
Okay. The printers can live on the roof. Thanks. But if you have that many printers, imagine all the paper you'll have to buy and size.
Well, actually, this is now happening already. I did sizing yesterday. I did it last week. I did it yesterday. And I did 4 liters yesterday. I filled up our rack. I had 1 clip left. And this is happening week after week after week.
Yeah.
I'm doing way, way more sizing than I've ever done before.
Yeah.
And every sheet of paper, every print that leaves this building has to first pass over my sizing desk there.
Yeah.
So that's, even if I don't see the sales figures from the stuff you punch in and whatever,
Yeah.
I see it right there on the sizing desk. My workload there has vastly increased,
Yeah.
which means we have got to make sure we keep on top of the paper.
Yes.
Over to you for this
Did
one.
we get a delivery?
We got a delivery of Obi to Bushel, 500
right.
sheets.
So we have a bill to pay.
A box, this is it for people here on the stream. A box of paper came on, in fact, it came Friday afternoon, you didn't see it, or Saturday morning, maybe Saturday morning.
Maybe Saturday morning.
A box of paper came from Iwana, our supplier, and in it were 500 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
500 pieces of paper.
1 ream. Isn't that what that is?
500 pieces of paper. Do you see the bill? This is 6 figures, people, which in American is still 4 figures, and the first one's a 7.
Yeah.
For 500 sheets of paper. What's that in US dollars? What's about,
It's close to
7,000?
6,500?
67, 6,700 bucks.
Yeah.
Over to you, Cameron.
All
Good
right.
job.
Woo. Paper. This is the
5?
biggest size, isn't it?
5? No, it's
no,
not.
you
That's old
Takenaka,
Peter. It's
right?
nearly the smallest size
Yeah.
we buy. Takenaga's double that
Yeah.
price. This is about the smallest size we buy.
Oh.
500 sheets of paper
Yeah.
is $7,000. That's the world we live in here. And it's cheap at the price. I'm not
Yeah.
even bitching about the price. Cheap at the price.
And shipping was still only 1,500 yen for these 2
Yeah,
big.
yeah. That's what you
packages.
guys are good at. That's
Yep.
okay. That's generic. In a different life, Dave would just be like, 500 sheets of paper, like, how much?
Yeah.
Remember that video we were looking at with Elham's on the wood from South America?
Oh,
That
yes.
Huge container load of wood, and the guy was, oh my God, I paid $20,000 for this. And we were like,
Yeah.
that's
it.
all?
Yeah. Vivid KP though is griping. Oh, I wish I could get good paper for $14 a sheet. Yeah, it's true. Will you be affected by the increase of sales tax that's happening next month? Indeed.
No, almost not at all. 97% of our sales are overseas, which are not affected by Japanese consumption tax. We have to pay it on our bills.
Yeah.
Like this bill today, how much is the tax percentage? The tax
Come on in.
part-
$500.
The tax part was $500, and that's going to go up to whatever, $550.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's supporting our society. It's the taxes here. That particular tax is way, 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 way too cheap as it is. The consumer associations and the Communist Party have all done this yelling, no, don't tax the people, don't tax the people. The government is supposed to provide hospitals and healthcare and all the wiping bums for all the old people out of what revenue? But any European seeing this, we're increasing from 8 to 10, and any European or German or Swede or whatever over there is going to say, you're going up 8 to 10, and the people are complaining?
Yeah. In the US though. Some states don't have sales tax at all.
Yeah, and they got no bridges and roads and everything
Yeah.
else falling down. You go for it, guy, and talk about the
Yeah.
health care for all your people. Yeah, let's
No,
make that
thank you.
comparison.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just think it's funny the differences in sales
What
tax. and
societies
stuff.
think is important, that's fine. So
Yep.
for me, sales tax going up to 10% is irrelevant. I would happily pay much more. It's not that our government is a perfect government and never wastes any money. That's not true. It's it's the same as any normal modern first world government where there's different people with their hands in a pie. I get it.
Yeah.
But when we look around at the streets and the hospitals and everything else,
Yep.
I am pretty cool with this.
Said, even in Russia, our taxes rose from 18 to 20
This
recently.
tax meaning a sales tax.
Sales
meaning,
tax, yeah. Sean Min's Prince says it's been 20 in the UK for ages now.
Yeah.
19 in Germany.
Yeah. So I have no problem with this whatsoever.
130 people in chat. Is that a high point? Not a record, but very high. Yeah, we have lots of people in today. Hello, hello.
That's actually, it's a bit high for the weekend, right? It's Sunday evening over in the real world, yeah?
The real.
The other world, whatever.
Yeah. It's a good question. Is sales tax, as we talk about it here, is that the same as VAT
VAT.
in Europe? Value-added tax?
The deal here, it's called a consumption tax in Japan, and the idea is rather than tax people on their incomes, which is done, there is an income tax here.
Yeah, there's also that.
This is an extra tax, and the idea was rather than put some extra tax on people's income, or rather than put more taxes on the cigarettes and beer and stuff, which is already there, they needed a way to generate revenue for social services.
Yeah.
And this consumption tax is pointed towards social services, the medical system, the welfare system, stuff like this. And the idea was, if you tax it on consumption, rich people who are spending more and more money will pay more, poor people who are spending not so much money will pay not so much. So it's supposed to be a tax that affects people across society at as even and a fair as level as you possibly can. This is the theory behind it.
Yeah.
So it's not called a value-added tax. They called it, right up front, a consumption tax.
Yeah.
And it was only on when you buy goods to consume, food and tables and anything you buy, a house, whatever. It's on there. Yeah. And I think it started at 3, went to 5, went to 8, and they knew when they announced it, it was going to be a staged plan, which would start very light and end up being something that would support these services as the aging population hit. And the problem with that came that when it went from 5 to 8, they go to 5 to 7, 5 to 8, it went, just as it did that, it clobbered consumption.
Yeah.
It seems that many people took this 3% increase saying, I'm not going to spend money, and the economy took a real huge battering.
Wasn't it also right around the time that the world economy was also going
lots
down?
Of things going at the same time. But because of that experience, the government this time has been extremely gun-shy about raising it. There's been huge opposition to it. Even in this next week, there are going to be parades and demonstrations. Don't do this.
Yeah, I've seen lots of posters that say, no 10.
That's the communists.
Yeah.
So it's far from a done deal. They're trying to stage it as carefully and as gently as possible. But desperately we need the revenue. Japan is in a national debt hellhole. It's the single most indebted country on the face of this planet. Not an exaggeration. It's way more than Greece and all those other whatever. So anyway, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an economist, but I'm just a consumer, and I have no problem with this.
Someone said, I grab a coffee and start working while in Australia. You guys discuss Japan, politics, the economy, such a colorful array of topics. Yep, Gordon Gami says, it's a true-to-life stream here. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Good morning. Hi. So are we getting a tiny bit show and tell time here? What time is it now?
It's almost 9:15.
Okay, whatever, let's do this.
All right.
Next step for me here is banging, and there's no point in starting a banging thing now. So.
Oh, there's one topic we haven't touched on, illegal immigrants. Thanks, Ken Hallett. We'll leave that one for another day, so it's only kidding.
The young boy yesterday that came in who's carving, and I'll ask us, I said, what's your visa?
Yeah.
He said, a working visa. I said, working visa for studying carving. You sit down, tie you to the chair. How did you get this?
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
He's teaching English.
He's teaching English.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he said already, he and Oscar are talking about this. If he does get the apprenticeship thing next year, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
I'm like, I shared with him a bit of our experience that it wasn't all that positive, but he thinks Oscar
have an
going to
idea.
try it. So
Cool. Okay.
okay, a bit of show and tell. One woodblock out of the way here, and another woodblock in. This is a woodblock. It's a piece of wood. It's a Meiji era, I guess. There's no date on it. It's a piece of a crap cherry, and it's got stuff on the back. And anyway, the point being, we got this on Yahoo auction a few days ago, a week ago, so, and it is a carved woodblock.
Ooh.
And what it is it's carved almost type high, if you know what that means. It's the height that metal type is. I forget the exact number. It's 19 millimeters or something, whatever it is. And this is a woodblock that would have been carved to act as an illustration in a printed magazine. Not in the old days when text and woodblocks were all carved together. Text and illustrations were carved together.
Right.
Woodblock. This is the transition era. The magazine is being printed on printing presses with metal type and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't really have a good handle on doing halftones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the illustrations were done with woodblock.
Got it.
So this is a real quick and dirty bang job of a woodblock carved on a piece of roughly type high wood that would have been printed on the bed of a printing press. And when I got it a few days ago, you could see that it had never been printed as a woodblock because the inside of all these chips were white. As it had been printed in the old days, it was printed in a printing press, and the ink was oil ink rolled over, bang, print, roll over, bang, print, roll over, bang, print.
Yeah.
Well, we of course want to print it, so I got my brush out and had a go at it, which made the thing
Filled in all the holes.
filled in all the holes. But the block itself, and some of it's still white on the bottom here. So the block itself was not printed as a wood block print with hand barons and all that stuff as a single print. It was clicked and clicked and clicked into a chase. What do they call it?
Yeah.
In a printing press. And to do that, they had to
Why
put,
did I not? Oh, wait.
they had to put feet on the back of it to bring it up to the correct height so that it matched
Yeah.
the type. Of course, we printed it. And what it is,
Oh,
it's
okay,
just
I
your
remember this
typical,
one. Yeah.
your typical magazine illustration of the day. And it's a bit curious, actually. We're trying to figure out what it was. He is inside. She is outside on the Engawa. There's a light. This is supposed to be a nighttime scene. This is a paper lantern, and you can see the glow showing up here. He's handing her a rag, and she's outside. She's got an umbrella. It's a rainy day, so she's going to wipe her feet before coming in. But, so she doesn't live here. She's a guest coming in the back door. Nobody comes into a Japanese room through the garden and through the Engawa. When you come into a Japanese residence, or you come in through the front door, and there you are.
And there's a genkan, not straight onto a washika.
Exactly. So nobody comes in the back door in the rain with an umbrella coming in from the backside and getting a piece. So the story, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. These magazines were kept. They're in the National Library here. So at some point, way down deep, there's a story.
Yeah.
And one of the illustrations for the story is this young lady, or not young lady,
Secret
whatever,
rendezvous.
and having a secret rendezvous with this man, who was sort of samurai type dressed with his top knot back and his formal hakama and stuff. So what's the story? I don't know. No idea. But the carving. It's scratch carving. It's done like the block we're doing right now. It's the same era, actually, as the chrysanthemums print that we're doing now. This will be late 1800s, early 1900s. So if I had to put my finger on a map and guess, whatever, 1895 or something like this. But give or take 5, maybe 10 years. And it gives us a chance. The reason I bought this on the auction, of course, gives me a chance to see how they're doing their scratch carving, which is exactly what I'm doing right now this week. It gives me a chance. Do we need to zoom in more? Every time I want to zoom in. I don't know where we are, Chairman.
Yep, you're right on it.
Are we right on it?
Yeah. If you get any closer, it'll probably lose focus.
So there's some scratching at the bottom of her kimono. And let's look at there's the actual printed version. And you can see it just ghosts. It just disappears to nothing.
Yeah.
And there's scratches, and they really look like just random smacking. It's not the Yoshida way. It was 60s, 120, 120, and cutting out triangles. And they've scratched and distressed this. And it's all over the place here.
Yeah.
So I am going to, over the next couple of days, when I start distressing, or when I do more work on distressing my own block, I am going to have a nice little look at this.
Very
to
cool.
see how they did it.
Yeah.
So this is worth its weight in gold. Well, not quite that much, but whatever. It's worth. I think we paid 1,000 yen for it. Nobody else paid. Nobody else wants it.
Yeah.
They're a dime a dozen. And
Welcome Raiders. We've got a group of 26 just came in.
They know what's going on. No idea.
Yeah.
Now the other idea, which whatever, is keep it on the idea. If we actually printed this and put it in the shop as an item for sale, if we could do a bit more research, find out who the designer was.
Yeah, what is this? What are we
When
looking
it was
at?
made, what are we looking at? Otherwise, we could just randomly call it Meiji era random woodblock.
Yeah.
It wouldn't need to be expensive. 1,000 yen or something in the shop, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's when we get time. Let's think about that.
Yeah.
It's nice. You got eyebrows. These guys just didn't stop. They did what they needed to do to get the detail to make the thing happen. So then to recap, if people are new here, this is a little view of a woodblock carved in Japan in about 1895, somewhere around there. And it gives us a real good chance to compare the finished product with nice, beautiful brush strokes with the block that was used to make it.
Yeah.
Not often we get this chance. It's been bashed up. There's a nick here. See the nick on that line here.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. It doesn't matter. We're not too concerned about that. But it's a wonderful, wonderful study material for us. If it had turned out to be total junk, not useful, we would have still planed it off and used the piece of wood for a brand new print. It just fits the right size for this year's series.
Yeah.
Which is why when I bought it, I thought, look, can't lose on this one. It might be good for studying. If it's not good for studying, we can...
Good for wood.
It's a blank piece of wood.
Yep.
There we are. Hi, good morning. Hello. Okay, viewers, thanks very much. Okay,
Good,
cameras.
interesting question. Any extra problems printing water-based pigments over the old oiling?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Just print, bang, print, go, where you go.
Okay, cool.
Nothing. Nothing. We do it. We wash our own. We use camellia oil to brighten it up. It doesn't make any difference.
Okay, cool.
Where there would be problems if whatever some kind of glue or something had soaked down into the wood, but
Yep.
this doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Cool.
So it's Monday morning here, right? Camera time?
Yep.
Plan now is we're off Tuesday, Wednesday. The next stream will be 3 days from now. Thursday morning Tokyo time, which will be Wednesday
Evening for most of you.
most of you guys, whatever. But I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I can give a good guess. I will probably, I guess, still be carving the color blocks for our current print issue, which is a small postcard-sized version of a Meiji era print called The Scent of Chrysanthemums. It will be on sale from October, somewhere between October 10th and October 20th.
Yeah.
Is the date this will be going on sale.
Mid-October.
It's going to be a dynamite item. End of promotions here. Okay,
right.
see you Thursday morning. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.